morning. It is another beautiful day in Paris. I say another, but the last week has been basically nonstop rain, cold, dreary, but the sun is finally out today. The birds are chirping. Turns out I don't have depression. It was just cloudy out. I think this week really solidified for me that I could never live somewhere like London or Portland because the effect that weather has on my mental health, and it's so difficult for me to go out and want to do things and explore and make content when it's cold. And if I'm trying to vlog, my hands are so cold. I'm trying to get my camera out of my bag and then my face is wet. Yesterday, my mom literally sent me an email of an itinerary of things to do in Paris because she was like, you gotta get out of the hotel room. And I was like, I know. Hopefully the rain is behind us. Roland Garros as a tournament so far has been kind of a shit show, to be honest. It's just been nonstop rain delays, matches getting pushed back, so many days at the courts. We're getting there and then waiting hours and hours for the match to start. And then once the match did start, it would start and then stop and start and stop, and we'd be sitting in the rain watching the match. They gotta put more covers on the courts next year because it sucks for players, it sucks for fans. Anyways, this morning I got up, I went to my Pilates class. It was entirely in French, which was a little difficult to follow. I've taken a lot of workout classes non-English before, and you're like 3 or 4 seconds behind because you just gotta watch what everyone else is doing. I kind of am just a little confused, but it was a really good class. It's a hot Pilates class called Burning Bar, and so far has been my favorite workout class that I found in Paris. So as you guys probably know, I'm in Paris for the French Open. Today is the 4th round of the tournament, so we are officially into the 2nd week of Roland Garros. And I thought I would bring you guys along for a typical day in my life at a tournament. Ultimately, I think the whole of this channel is just kind of about me and like navigating my life and the travel and that sort of thing. But I do know that I have a lot of tennis fans that follow me and people who might be more interested in learning about tennis and what the tournament is like and what the player areas are like. So I thought today I would kind of do a little more in depth of like, this is my experience attending a match day. So French Open is one of 4 Grand Slams. There is Australian Open in Melbourne, Australia at the start of the year. And then there is Wimbledon, which is in London, US Open in New York, and then Roland Garros, which is essentially just in the heart of Paris. It is the only Grand Slam that is on a clay surface. And the last 4 years that I've been on tour, clay has always been my least favorite surface because it gets everywhere. If you vacuumed our hotel room right now, you could probably vacuum up a bucket of clay. It ends up on my clothes when they're actually playing. The clay like blows in my face. And in the past, clay has always been Taylor's worst surface. So clay is something that European and South American players mostly grow up on. So historically, American players are not the best on clay just because they really don't play on it until they potentially come to Europe for a juniors tournament. Different surfaces can really vastly affect the success of a player because the ball bounces different, it bounces in different directions. Clay tends to be a slower surface. So for example, Taylor plays really aggressive. He hits the ball really hard. So he doesn't hit as many aces. He can't hit as many winners, and you have to move pretty well. There's a lot of players who are really, really strong on clay where like all of their titles are on clay. They pretty much have their best results when they're on clay. So it's a very different part of the year because there's certain players who will really excel during this chunk of clay season in Europe. Anyways, in the past, my boyfriend Taylor has never really had much success on clay until this year. So we're going to head to site. I'm going to try to show you guys as much as I can. The ATP is being a little more strict about filming in player areas, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Tonight he's playing Casper Ruud, who made finals of French Open last year. Very, very good player on clay. And he is the last match of the day. So we're gonna go early. We're gonna have some fun. I have 2 girlfriends who are coming today as well. It's been quite chilly, and since he's last on, it could potentially be a late match. So I'm wearing this little sweater. I went shopping yesterday at Galeries Lafayette, which is on Champs-Élysées. I think I pronounced that right, which is a very touristy part of Paris, but sometimes things are touristy for a reason. There's very good shopping there. It is very busy. There's a lot of people, but Galeries Lafayette has a ton of really great designers and stuff. So I basically picked this entire outfit yesterday when I was there. So I got this little sweater. These shorts are Jacquemus, which is a French brand. And then I got this jacket from Gani, which I hadn't gotten anything from Gani before until last week, and I really like it. They have a lot of cute stuff. So I think I'm just going to bring this or carry this, and then I'm gonna do this is my new Mary Poppins bag. I have beef with this tournament because, and this is gonna sound annoying and complaining, but they won't give me transportation, which is abnormal for tournaments. Any level tournament, usually they will give team members or family or whatever a car. They will not give me a car here, so I have to Uber to and from site every day, which is just like expensive. I also won't do my laundry unless it's like underwear, which is so bizarre. Every single tournament does laundry for everybody on tour except for this one. You're probably like, okay, whatever, just do laundry when you get home. I've been in Europe for a month now, like I need my laundry done. So anyways, we're gonna get an Uber to site. Iced oat milk latte, please. On the grounds, they have a full coffee bar here, which is so nice. Actually hot out today, and I kind of regret bringing a jacket. These are all the posters from previous years.
Call me by your name.
Oh, that's cool one.
You haven't seen that movie? My favorite.
That is so cute. Is this supposed to be a heart, right?
It is.
Oh, this is huge. Oh no, I can't do that. No, I'll buy too much.
Mall. Essentially.
It literally is a mall.
It's a mall. This is like the Bon Marché.
Girls are here, and we are at the Roland Garros Mall. I actually haven't been in here yet, but it's huge. It's
really
like ginormous.
And I kind of want to buy a little bit of everything.
Wait, these are so
Do I bring one of these to
cute.
Marseille with me?
I love that. Wait, what would you use this for? You could use this as like a little makeup bag even. You go over to a guy's house and these are his bed sheets. What you doing?
Beige flag. Beige flag.
Beige flag. What are the best flavors to get?
Best seller is vanilla, maybe caramel and pistachio.
Okay, I'll do one vanilla, one caramel. Caramel. We're venturing into the tennis museum. Tennis museum? How would you say it?
Tennis museum.
I don't know. Apparently there's a little like tennis museum that's right on site. Loves their money, huh?
Don't worry, si vous voulez mettre en exemple,
No, it's a garden spritz. So it's like, literally as I was like, oh, I just want to have wine, it's just like champagne, essentially.
Yummy.
I don't know why this one opened now.
There was one point in my life where I absolutely loved traveling, going to the airport. You know, when you're like 12 years old and you go to the airport and it's just the most exciting thing in the world. That is no longer the case for me. I absolutely hate flying and hate the airport. So Taylor lost his match last night, and so we are heading back to LA. We're flying from CDG to LAX, like 11 and a half hours. So definitely not a short flight. I travel a lot, and traveling is so hard on the body, hard on the skin, hard on your digestive system. Like I've kind of perfectly crafted how I fly to make sure I at least attempt to be jet lag and land feeling my best, because I used to fly so much when I first started traveling with Taylor, and I would feel so sick. Like every time I would fly, I would feel so nauseous. It would just make me feel terrible for days. So I just made this drink. Every time that I fly, I have 1 or 2 of these. It's Arma Colostrum, which helps your immune system, and then electrolytes from Element. Element's been my favorite electrolyte brand that I've been able to find. Also drink between 2 to 3 liters of water during the flight because you get so dehydrated. And then before we take off, I will take one of these rescue patches from the Good Patch. This is actually technically marketed to be something that you use after a night out. I stick one of these on the inside of my wrist for the flight, and I really do feel like it actually makes a difference. And throughout the flight, I will also use this Tower 28 hydrochloric spray. Every hour or 2, I just spray down my whole face, and this kills all the bacteria on your face. So that's kind of my pre-flight prep. I usually do not eat on flights, but I could not find any good snacks while we were walking through the airport. So I might have a meal on this flight unless I just sleep the whole time, which is my plan and my hope.
By how many packages I have.
What the fuck could it possibly be?
I don't know.
Shoes. These are all new shoes. Whatever shoes he was wearing the last week. Oh my god. It is absolutely rank, but if I don't deal with it right when we get home, it just gets like worse. I got a notification from my Oura Ring this morning asking if I took a nap. This was my sleep score, a 39. That's a personal record for me, actually. I slept a total of 1 hour and 42 minutes. This is my second cup of coffee. I'm so confused because usually my jet lag from Europe coming back to the US is like the best because I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. I'm waking up at like 4 or 5 a.m. I feel so productive. But I was so exhausted from Paris that I slept the entire flight. And then last night I started Love and Death on HBO, which is like a HBO miniseries, and God bless HBO miniseries. I'm obsessed with all of them. I hadn't watched this one. It's a true story on a true crime case about, well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it was really good. It doesn't have that good of reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, which surprised me because I binged the entire thing, and that's why I was up until 4 a.m. It also has Elizabeth Olsen in it, who is Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's youngest sister, and she is so, like, she's just like captivating. I don't know, sometimes I watch like her and Blake Lively are two people that I'm like, I don't care what they're in, I don't care what the story is, I don't care if it's the worst movie in the world, I'm just obsessed with watching them. But she was so good in it. Anyways, we were back in the US. I've had Chick-fil-A twice in the last 24 hours. 1 month in Europe is like my max, and I tap out. I cannot do more than 1 month there. There's just certain things, like, I don't want to sound like a yippee yay yay USA baby type shit, you know? Oh my god, there are some things that I just miss so much about the US that after a month I'm like, USA baby, I gotta go home. Chick-fil-A is a big part of that. Sleeping in my own bed is probably the other. So when I get home, I unpack everything immediately, which I know a lot of people do not do. I'm a clean freak, I'm a neat freak. I don't know why, like, this has been a problem with me since I was younger, but if my space is not clean and if everything is not in its exact order, if all the laundry isn't done, if all the dishes aren't put away, I can't accomplish anything else. I cannot do any work. I can't like think properly. I have to have every little bit of housework done. And I don't know if that's like a like toxic procrastination thing or an anxiety or just like me being a clean freak, needing everything completely in order. But anyways, so when I get home, I always unpack everything immediately, get it all in order. And then I basically just deep clean my entire apartment because I don't know what it is about living in LA, but everything's just like dusty all the time. Like my baseboards, I had to clean my baseboards this morning. Ugh, absolute worst part about being an adult. So I didn't talk about this earlier in my vlog, but Taylor is injured in his match against Casper. if you saw it, he has a muscle that goes from his back all the way that kind of like loops forward to his groin called the psoas, I believe it's called. And it had been bothering him throughout the week. And then during the match, it was hurting so bad he could barely walk. He got like 3 medical timeouts during the match, and that's the max amount that you can get. And he was in a lot of pain afterwards. We don't know what it is. We don't know the severity of it. He's getting a scan today. So then we'll kind of figure out and go from there. It's a part of the sport. It's a really shitty part of the sport. Hopefully everything is fine, and hopefully he'll be fine for, you know, grass season and Wimbledon, but we won't really know until the scan. So everyone cross your fingers. He's out doing that right now, and the results of that will kind of determine what our next couple of weeks look like, what my next couple of weeks look like. I definitely wouldn't hate to have some time at home. Like, it feels really relieving and nice to be home right now. Grass season is my favorite time of year, and I know how much Taylor loves playing on grass, and so hopefully it's nothing, but we'll see. I'm going to spend probably the next 2 hours unboxing all of those packages that I showed. I don't even know what's in them. I have too much PR, I have too much makeup, I have too many skincare products, so I want to send some to you guys. This is a huge box of all of my favorite hair, makeup, skincare products. Also, during Indian Wells this year, I got more DMs than I've ever gotten about anything ever about this bag, the Morgan's Tennis Club bag. And we just made these for like the weekend event, and they're not for sale, but I have an extra. This is my extra. So if you made it this far in this video, thank you. I love you. And what should I have you guys comment? Maybe comment like what you're most excited about this summer. Let me know in the comments, and I would love to send one of you guys this bag filled with a bunch of PR goodies. I also want to send one of you guys this Dyson. I had this at my Miami condo and I brought it back. I think I used it once or twice, but most of the stuff is still in its original packaging. When I was in Europe the last month, I did not bring my Dyson. I was just using the hair dryers at the hotel and my curling iron, and the noticeable heat damage on my hair, this is not even sponsored, I swear to God, the noticeable heat damage on my hair from just the last month doing that, the Dyson's worth it. I would love to send one of you guys it, so comment below. I'll send one of you guys the Dyson, and I'll send another one of you a bag full of goodies. Maybe I'll do a few of you guys. I don't know. We'll see. If you comment, make sure you come back to the video on like Monday or Tuesday, because I will reply and ask you to DM me on Instagram so that I can get your address. I can do a lot of productive things right now, but I kind of just want to go to Air One.